Hey guys, it's Bina, and in today's video, I know it's been a few days that I haven't released a video. I was working really hard on the loot filters, the updated loot filters with different levels of strictness, which is coming really soon, but like maybe not today. By the end of the week, like 99% sure by the end of the week, okay? But today we've gotten a new patch. We have 1.2.3. This patch, I've already went through it on chat, on stream, but this patch introduces some bad things and some good things. A lot of good things and one a slight nerf, okay? So we're not gonna go over everything about the patch. The link is gonna be in the description below, but we're gonna talk about the most important things from the patch that I think are here, right? So first, they talk about many bugs that they just completely fixed. Lots of bugs are fixed. The Umbral Blades, Thorn Shield, whatever. It's lots of stuff that you can read through. Then imprinted items. This is the first main thing that's happening here. We are getting a nerf to imprinted item. Fix the bug where imprinted unique, set, and legendary items were unable to result in generating different uniques or sets than the imprinted one. We'll have to see how this translates to in-game imprints. If you were farming for red rings, if you were farming for anything that is a unique set or legendary, it was not able to give you any other ones now. Does this mean that now, because it has the option, we will find less of those uniques? Probably, right? But we'll have to see actually in game how this all turns out. I think this is a big nerf to like farming red rings, to farming Ravenous Void, Orion's Eye, all of those like super rare items. It's gonna be a massive nerf. From just reading the text, I have not played this. I have not played after this patch, so we'll see. But this seems like a big nerf. Now, they've added also some buffs to it, right? So now forging potential is not as important for your imprints, because even low forging potential items will have a chance to roll higher and higher forging potential, and even rolling regular forging potential. So you can go read all of the changes here for imprinted items, but like quite a big buff to forging potential and quite a big nerf to imprinting uniques to try to find the exact unique that you want, right? So that is it for the imprints. Now they talk about some dungeon and monolith stuff. Nothing really important here. Yeah, here there was nothing really important. They fixed the bug with the Loom Walker idol. So there was a stun chance idol, the increased stun chance and added stun avoidance. That was the Weaver idol. It was multiplying your stun chance that you had. So if you were playing with this on a stun build, for example, this will likely result in you stunning way less. So that's pretty important. Another one with the Pale Ox body armor. The Pale Ox body armor is the one that gives you damage reduction. Well, when you have a minion, because it's redirected to your highest health minion. This one was quite funny. You had a 20 to 32% increased health roll on that item, and the values were inverted. So if you had a sorry, if you had a 32% roll, you were actually getting 20% increased health, and if you had a 20% increased health roll, you were getting 32% increased health. Now what they're doing with this is that they are making the values that you had that were given to your character reflect with the text. So it's a nerf if you had a 32% one, and it's a buff if you had a 20% one, right? I don't really like this change, but I guess it was the easiest way to make it for them. Like, say you were re-rolling on the re-roller to try to get a 32% one, and now you get 20% health. So it's kind of bad. And if you were playing Reperform, Aggressive Blood Mage won't leave you at 1 health anymore. So that's pretty important for hardcore. They made some insane changes to UI visual. That doesn't really matter. That doesn't matter. Tangled lasers for the Possessed Witch mod, counting as a hit, now only counts as a dot, and it deals 52% less damage. So much less chance for you to die from this one. So I think this one was also mentioned in the previous patch, but now they also do it a second time. I don't know. Must not have worked the first time. Okay, WASD, huge change for WASD. They added an alternative interaction mode for WASD that disables a ground movement with the left mouse button while allowing rebinding for an ability to be used for both regular interactions and ability casting. So you'll be able to interact with stuff while using WASD with your left mouse click and also use it as a skill. So this is like so much needed for WASD. It's an insane, it was in beta for a reason, mainly because this wasn't there, I think. This is like insane for any WASD enjoyers. Now, next, what do we talk here about? Timeline boss in part mono. Yeah, after killing a boss, you won't go to the regular, where there's all the monoliths. You'll go to the Echo of a World. So you'll be able to interact with the vendor, buy some more items, craft with your glyphs of envy to add more stability. So that's a really good change. Tomes of Experience and Favor have increased the radius of pickup now. So just like the overall pickup radius that was done for 1.2, that's really good. Next up, we have some nerfs to the Fate Weaver Atropos Necrotic Spin. Like will hit half the amount of times per second, which is really good. I think the other things I want to talk about is this. Several stash search improvements. The stash search improvements, they made this kind of like in PoE, where now you have the option to do macros, expressions, and regex. So this is going to mean that you'll be able to search for the exact amount of attunement on your items, how many LPs. You'll be able to like combine them all together to have like multiple different things, right? So searching for experimental items, open affixes, affix counts, trade, circle of fortune tag. So take a look at this. If you are familiar with the with this system in Path of Exile, then it won't be too surprising for you to see that this has been implemented. But this certainly requires some sort of knowledge in how to write these things, and I would not be surprised if we have a certain website, make a website specifically for searching with regex and making regex expressions and stuff like that. So that's going to be a huge buff to searching your stash tabs. So good COF buff. For MG, and doesn't matter that much. For the rest, that is pretty much it. So huge change with this patch. Huge changes like for a mid-season patch. Really good stuff. Main thing, nerf to the imprint for uniques, and then buffs to like WASD search function and things like that. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I wanted to go over this patch because these are some fairly major changes that might change how you play the game. So hope you have still a nice season. I am currently playing Lightning Blast and Ballista in hardcore, so you might want to take a look at that and come see me by my Twitch. And look forward for the loot filters. Loot filters are coming on max roll with different levels of strictness, with different uniques selected depending on the strictness that you're selecting, and many good stuff. I'll make a separate video for that. But hope you have a good time with season 2, and I'll see you guys all.